do just a few more practice problems. We're going to do 4 problems, and then you're going to practice with your Delta Math. So this is on page 147, so you're going to help me quickly go through these problems just doing the discriminant. So we're not using the quadratic formula. We'll be doing b squared minus 4ac. Remember, that is the discriminant. It's just b squared minus 4ac. Okay, so first thing you always have to identify is your a, b, and c. So notice in this problem, A is 2, B is 5, C is 12. Now, I want you to plug these A, B, and C values into that discriminant formula and tell me what you get. Okay, when you plug it in, when you do 5 squared minus 4 times your A value times your C value, you should get a discriminant of negative 71. Notice the discriminant is negative. So if we refer back to our chart over here, when the discriminant is negative, we get 2 complex conjugate solutions. So that's what we'll write. 2 complex conjugate solutions. That's our answer. So we're not actually finding solutions, we're just telling the nature or how many there are and what type of solutions they are. So let's look at the next problem. So first thing we'll need to identify is A, B, and C in part B. Okay, so we have A, B, and C is 3, negative 11, and 4. So let's plug that into our discriminant. Remember, our discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. So plug that into the discriminant. Okay, so we plug that in. When you can type in the calculator, do the mental math, you get 73. So 73 is obviously positive. And can we take the square root of 73? Is it a perfect square? No, it is not a perfect square. So that will help us when we look back at our discriminant chart over here. So we did get something greater than 0. So it's one of these two first characterizations. But first one's perfect square. Remember, we did not get a perfect square. So that means our answers are 2 real irrational. So we'll put 2 real but irrational solutions. Okay, let's look at part C. First thing, just like all the other problems, was A, B, and C. So 5, 3, negative 2. These are really easy to identify because we're not having to move any terms over. But remember, if your equation is not equal to 0, you need to move the terms over so that it is. So now that we have A, B, and C, let's plug it into the discriminant. Let's find that discriminant. Okay, so when we do b squared minus 4ac in this problem, we should get 49. Notice, can we take the square root of 49? Is 49 a perfect square? Yes, it is. 49 is 7. It is a perfect square. So looking back at our chart, we got something greater than 0, and it's a perfect square. So our answer is 2 real rational solutions. So 2 real rational solutions. So that's our answer. Finding the nature. Okay, last one. Again, it's equal to 0, so we can just quickly identify A, B, and C. So A 4, B negative 12, C 9. So now let's do the discriminant. B squared minus 4AC. So let's plug in everything we know. So we find the discriminant in this case to be 0. Well, when you get a discriminant of 0, let's go back over to our chart. That tells us the nature. So discriminant 0 is right here. So when the discriminant is 0, it is one real rational solution. So that's what we write. One real rational solution. So that finishes up discriminant. Now you can go practice on delta math.